Well,
What's up, buddy?
Mike, thank you for being our first guest.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
So, man, this is all harder to do. This is like multitasking. So, do you have any experience with FPV?
I do not. This is my first time pretty much doing FPV was when I met you up at Pearl Land by the Fire.
Oh, okay.
I'd heard of it and seen different things, but never really done a true FPV kit of driving or anything.
Well, you're gonna get pushed to the limits today. So, little brief introduction of yourself, whatever you want to tell our audience.
So I'm Mike. I have an Instagram page, YouTube page, all the social medias of KeepRCFun. I do a whole bunch of radio control car stuff, all the different types of things. Crawling, racing, bashing.
Interesting. What would be your favorite RC if you had to pick?
That's a very hard one. I like going fast, so I've been doing a lot of racing lately. But doing all the cool scale stuff is really cool too, because I was brought up in the full-size car world. So doing a lot of stuff to make it look real is pretty fun.
What do you mean by a full-size scale car?
Like real full-size real cars. So I was brought up riding dirt bikes and sand rails and stuff. And then as I got older, I became a photographer, and I would do photo shoots with cars like Lowrider, Super Street, and then I started working for a couple wheel companies, and so I've done a lot of stuff in the full-size world.
Interesting. So how did you get into RC?
Back when I was a little kid, like in the 90s, I got an RC 10T. That was my first hobby grade RC. And I used to race down at a hobby shop called Massey's in Temple City. And I did some little stadium truck stuff, and then Tamiya touring cars. And did a whole bunch of that for a while, and then I slowly got out of it as I got older, I guess. And then right after, near the ending of COVID, I got back into it. And I actually wasn't working a day job. So when I got back into it, I started running my social media page like I was doing it for an actual job. And I blew it up really big, and it got me more and more into the RC scene, and meeting more people, and got more opportunities to do cool stuff like this.
So this is something that I get questioned a lot, because I'll just meet random people and they'll be like, hey, what's your job? It's like, because they don't know what RC is. So I say, I play with toys all day, and then they're like, what the hell's going on? But and another question is that I get is people in the RC industry, like customers or whatnot, enthusiasts, they'll ask me like, so like, do you have a real job? So the question is, Mike, do you have a real job?
I normally have a real job, yes. I do a lot of social media for different companies. I used to work for Dub Magazine. And before that, I worked for a marketing company where I would do content for multiple companies, like Bandai. And I'd go to events, like do stuff with Pac-Man, and I forget all the different things. So currently, I actually just run social media pages for a couple other companies in the RC field, and then a full-size magazine, company for full-size cars, like OVR magazine. So it's like overlanding. There we go.
Okay.
So I do a lot of like photography, content creation, and social media.
Interesting. Yeah, I know it might sound like a really like private kind of question, but people are actually really interested in it, because I get like calls randomly saying like, oh, I need a full-time job, but I want to be in the RC, and in most cases, you're not lucky that way. So yeah, I think you would be a good inspiration, especially for the younger people who want to be involved in RC, but still okay to have a regular job. And
you could totally have a regular job, especially if it's something that's like kind of similar. So like with mine, it's the content creation. So like I'll go do a photo shoot, say with a fancy car, but then I'll have one of my RCs with me, and say I'm up in the mountains of like Andrews Crest or something, that I can go play with that right after. So I can do the day job to pay for the car, and then go play with it after.
Yeah. You gotta feel the RC hobby.
Yeah. Or I'll see like this awesome C10, and I can't buy a $180,000 C10, so I'll build a RC four-wheel drive C10. And then that way I can, you know, $600 is cheaper than 180,000.
I think that's a pretty good trade-off there.
Yeah.
If you feel a little bit more adventurous, you could go down a little bit more if you like.
Which way?
To your left.
The left?
Yeah. And you're doing way better than me. I'm losing traction left and right here.
I'm trying to avoid some of these big rocks and then the super small ones. I do a good amount of crawling. So I kind of keep an eye out. I don't want to have to take my goggles off and go search for this car if I do roll down somewhere.
That is definitely an issue.
But it's cool how you can see perfectly out of the side, like where the window net would be, just like a real vehicle. I've done a lot of stuff with like Polaris, and it's just like a very similar view is where you see out the front, and then you can see out the side, like as if you were driving, you know, like a Polaris side by side. So the view is actually very like a scale type thing, I would say.
Okay. Actually, I mean, I wouldn't know any of that, so that's pretty cool insight there.
The only difference is only the car's moving, like my actual head isn't moving because I'm not sitting in the car.
You get all the benefits without the motion sickness.
Yeah, no achy back later on.
Oh, that's true. So just moving on. What was it? Oh, so I had to do some digging because I'm the interviewer, right? So don't be creeped out. But I looked through your social media stuff, and it looks like you roughly started about 4 years ago.
Yep.
So like, what do you envision, or what was your goal when you started KeepRCFun?
So I started 2 pages. So actually, originally when I started my RC stuff, I did it on my original photography page, and it has a bunch of other content on it also, and I wanted to do something that was just RC specific so I can go after that crowd. So I started 2 pages at right around the same time. I started TQP RC, which is when I do my content, like my photography, it's TQP Media. So I just did TQP RC as like a play off of that. And then like a month or 2 after that, I started KeepRCFun. And so I pretty much was doing what I would do as a day job. So when I worked for a wheel company, we had our main page, and then we had a bunch of like helper pages we would start to help advertise our wheels. So we would do one, say, for Dodge, we would do one for Chevy, and then I would post on it every single day with different Dodges and Chevys or whatever with our wheels on it to get more advertisers. And so with each of those, you hit a different market. So like every day is, you know, you see someone from with a Dodge or whatever, you show us XYZ wheel on it. And we would share other people's content, and then like for sponsored people or people who bought our wheels. But then we'd also have content that I created. And so when I started KeepRCFun, I wanted to do all my own stuff, but then also a lot of other people I met in the scene. So like say when I went to Pearland by the Fire and I saw like someone's car or whatever that was cool, I would, you know, get their Instagram name, do a quick little thing of their car. Sometimes they would have a better content of their car or whatever, and I would share that on my page. And so every single day religiously, like it was my job for working at the wheel company, I posted on this KeepRCFun page. And I just, you know, just kept pushing it. I know a good amount of social media stuff from doing it for a living. And I used that to push that page. And as it started to grow, I kind of started getting more like doors open to me from companies, and eventually I met guys I knew at RC Car Action, and I just kind of like just kept pushing it more and more. And then at that same time, I started pushing myself of my car building, and you know, do cooler and cooler stuff to help keep those views and stuff like that, have it keep growing.
Are you okay sharing your trade secrets here?
Being consistent and picking a market and sticking with the market. So with my page, I share all types of RC. So it sometimes doesn't do as good as, say, someone who only does, say, so since we're driving H10 optics, I'll give that example. If you go after that market and only post a whole bunch of people's H10 optics, you will probably get a better following than if you're posting an optic one day, an RC10 the next day, a techno the next day, because it's not a steady, consistent thing for a group to keep following.
So like you're basically your target.
Yeah. So like if you want to pick like some sort of niche, the page is going to grow better than if you do a general everything. When you do a general everything, you need to keep content and then constantly have a flow going of all the different stuff. So say you post a boat today, you need to make sure and post a boat in 3 weeks, say, just to make sure that person who followed you because they saw that boat keeps seeing content from that same thing. But a lot of it's just consistency. On my KeepRCFun page, on average, I post at night. A lot of people post in the morning, and so that kind of that time gets saturated. So I started doing late night when you're at home, you've already eaten dinner, and you're just randomly checking stuff out, and it's been doing well for me. But then also you just got to watch your page and see if, say, so my first big viral one went big at 5:30 at night on a Sunday.
5:30 at night.
Yeah, so I was at the sand drags in Huntington Beach, and when I was driving home, right before I left, I posted something, and I had like an hour and a half drive home, and this post just started doing really well. So every single day after that, I posted at 5:30 on the dot.
Oh wow!
And so that's pretty much like the time when I'm driving home from work. And so people are in their car, like you're not supposed to be on their phone, but they're in the car on their phone, looking at whatever post they want to see. So for consistency, probably like 6-7 months, I was 5:30 at night every single day, no matter what the content was, something was going up.
Interesting.
And so it's just you gotta watch the market, see it, and just the biggest thing is being consistent. Instagram likes to see the consistency. It shows you're real, and obviously interesting content. That's always a plus.
5:30. I'm probably gonna apply it to our company too.
Yeah, every day when you drive home, just do a quick little post.
Interesting. Well, I don't want to hold you up too long, but well, how do you like this FPV stuff? Because that's one of the things we're planning to do is maybe we might venture off a little bit more, depending on how successful we are. Yeah. We might venture a little bit more from like sort of expanding out of the RC industry and probably bringing more people in.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of the questions that I'll probably be sticking with is, how do you like this FPV experience?
It's great. It actually lets you view a different perspective of your RC car that you don't get. So like when you're normally driving, you're up and away from it. The car is super small the further you get away, and you can't really see like that rock here, like how it's going to affect you because you're way up from it. So here you can actually go up and look around to see where it is. You can see your tire, how it's going to hit it, and it actually brings a whole new view to it, like very much like full size.
Do you want to do a live demonstration going over that rock?
I don't know how big. Let me go over this rock here. That other one, like really big.
Yeah, that really big one. I think you could clear it because the tires are big enough. Oh, that one's nothing. That one you can be able to just go right over.
Oh, I missed that red one.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see if we can do this big one here. But yeah, so like doing the overland stuff, I go jeeping. And yeah, it doesn't even phase that thing.
No, you could probably do that big red one back there. That one's probably gonna be a little bit of a challenge.
Where?
The one right next to me, right here on the right here.
Okay, let's see if we can get that bad boy. We might have to send some reinforcements. I'm trying to see here if I can see through there. I think I'm going. Oh, there we go.
You're good. No, that's
yeah.
Walk.
So it's pretty cool that you can, like on this H10 car, you can see down through like the wheel well area. When you do like crazy Jeeps, you can actually do that same thing, or you can kind of peek out a little bit to see where your tires are gonna be able to make sure you're aligned right. Most people here probably know King of the Hammers and stuff, and like that's what that style of stuff is like. You actually have this very similar view. The only thing different is and if your real neck is in the car, as you can look further out, we just pivot off of a center point here. But it's very close to being in a car and experiencing that of a real car.
Well, this was really not planned, but there's another advantage of FPV, especially doing it with somebody else, is I'm stuck.
Uh-oh, where are you at? Oh, there we go.
So if you give me a little bump from the hood, yeah, I just like wedged right in. I can't even speak right now. There we go. You might have to ram me, just like a boom. Yep, there we go. No, yeah, just go bumper cars.
You know, you might need to. Oh, there you go. You got it.
There you go.
You got you enough there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like you can see, like your camera there, and it's right in the center there with the cage and everything. So it's a pretty cool little setup. I definitely like the FPV thing. Just seeing it from a whole nother view, and you don't have to follow it everywhere. Like I'm not winded right now from hiking 17 miles.
Well,
if I was smart, I would have brought one of those backpacks with water so I could stay hydrated.
Oh yeah. Or with something else in the backpack.
There you go, even better.
Just put some ice cubes in there.
Yep.
Well,
yeah, definitely interested in doing more experiments like this with you, taking out to different places, seeing like how much you can actually push this stuff. Like, could we go like into a small cave? Like, little things like that would be kind of cool.
Oh, here's a little shout out. There's a guy named Bone Rush. That's his tag. He does cave exploration in Utah.
Oh, there we go.
So he did run one of our systems in there.
See, that would be a whole another different type of thing. So you don't have to get spider webs on you or snakes.
Well, to conclude, what do you want to, or what do you see as an envision for KeepRCFun? Something along the lines of what do you think will benefit the RC community going forward? Yeah, I guess that would be basically the question.
Well, for KeepRCFun, I'm trying to push it more, do more content, show more people more things they can do easily, and like more affordable, I guess. Like there's different levels to it, and then like this is awesome. See, not everyone knows about this FPV style stuff for cars. Like earlier today, we saw that at the track. Like maybe people didn't know you could do this. So like showing people this is kind of be pretty cool. And I plan to do some more merch and just a lot more video content, just having fun and showing people having fun, and maybe we could do something showing other people how other people use your guys' system.
Do you fly?
I've flown like 3 times.
Okay,
I plan to fly more now that I'm out somewhere that's easier to fly.
Yeah, maybe our next episode, if everything works out, we'll take you flying.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. And last question, I promise. If you had to give a suggestion for our next guest, who would it be?
Next guest. That's a good. You should hit up Christian at Rock Pirates.
Christian at Rock Pirates.
I think he would have. He's a more of a competition type crawler guy, but I actually think he would enjoy this because he does race and does do a lot of other stuff. But I think he would be a very good person to experience this and give you some good tips on what to do with it and how to use it for other types of crawlers.
Awesome. All right, Christian, we're coming for you.
There we go.
Well, any final thoughts, comments, shout outs?
That's it. Just shout out to you guys for even thinking of me to try this and letting me almost crash your car earlier. And yeah, definitely check out KeepRCFun because I will be doing one of these kits and trying some different things. I don't want to give out too much information, but I will be trying some different things. Perfect. Well, that was Mike at KeepRCFun. Yeah, we'll be signing out. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy. Yeah. We are done. Just hit that record button for me on the thing, so it saves. It should stop blinking red. Yep. Yep. All right. Cool. Yeah, that was fun. Thanks, dude. I was like, I'm not really sure where to go. Let's go.
you.